Hey there, friends. I hope all of you are happy on this Woden's Day. It is the day before Thor's Day. It is Woden's Day. It is Odin's daddy's day. You guys know how much I love like that whole mythology sort of thing. So happy Woden's Day, everybody. Speaking of mythology, we have kind of a mythological book for you guys today, and then we have something that is kind of, you know, Parisian on the front, okay? This is not a Paris journal. It's just kind of Parisian on the front. These are Big Mama journals. So let's just do some measuring real quick. This one, Love, and we'll call it Lovebirds, okay? We'll call it Paris Lovebirds. I think that would fit rather nicely. This is 5 by 7. The spine, you can see we do have some of that beautiful bowing going on. It's 2.5 inches. Now I have secured her pretty good with this stretchy string right here, and she is, you know, if we can do two things. We can go, this is 3 inches, or we can look at her like this, and you can see that this is way over 3 inches. But just for listing purposes, we will go with 3 inches thick. Of course, you know, if you're new to flow journals, my flow journals especially do have some bowing going on because they're just so stuffed. But, you know, to me that's beautiful bowing because more things for you guys to play with. Let's do some measuring here. This is such a sweet fabric, and this is from New Zealand. This is from Miss Trills. Thank you, Miss Trills. We love this fabric. This is 5 by 7. Let's check out the spine here. The spine is just so, like, you know, lusciously intriguing. I'll take you in a little closer to see that. The spine is 2 inches. And then we have a girth here of about 3 3/4 inches. Unless, you know, since we did this with the other one, you can see how nicely it kind of fans out into all sorts of art and crafty possibilities for y'all. Let's take a look at this one first. I need to stand up and make sure that I'm in frame because I have had a little bit of a challenge with that lately. And I don't know, I did put a bigger piece of, I'm going to adjust some things for just a minute, a bigger piece of paper on my filming desk so we can kind of get a little more, we're not so distracted by everything that was going on here. Okay, I will intermittently stand up and make sure that I'm in frame with this journal. I am calling this one Moon Maiden. Of course, quite clearly on the front, we can see a maiden with golden hair. She's in a rather simple attire. We've got a full moon back here, some landscape trees. Right here you can see, I think this is an evolution of the Moon Maiden right here. I'm going to try and pull these so you can kind of see her face right there. It's absolutely beautiful. These books are bound with twine instead of embroidery floss. This is what the beaded spine looks like. We took advantage of a beautiful porcelain bead we had, as well as a charm here. Now on the back you can see the maiden with her Prince Charming. So, you know, just an intriguing book if you are in a relationship. If you are not in a relationship and want to be in a relationship, this would be a great journal to to write about the kind of relationship that you want. Maybe, I thought this was so interesting, you guys. Emma Stone posted on Twitter yesterday that she was having a relationship with herself. And I love that. She said as she approaches 30, she realizes that she is not married, that she does not have children, that all of these things are just not things that are important to her, that it is important that she develops self-love, self-respect, that she is having a relationship with herself. I just love that. I thought that was so important for young women to realize that it is, you know, when I was a young woman, it was about growing up and getting married and having children. Not many of my friends went to college. There were a lot that did, but you know, after 2 years, they had found their husband and then they were not, you know, got married, had kids, same thing. Young women today, I think it's super important that they understand that there's like no timetable, right? You don't even have to entertain all that stuff. Be happy with you. Be happy with who you are. We start this journal. Now, I'm going to show you. It lies like this, you guys. So on a desk, you could think of this as a giant file folder of things to play with, you know, because it lies so nicely and it just kind of flips open on its own. But it is kind of a challenge to do a flip through because of that very same thing. So we're going to go through this. I'm not going to unload the pockets. I'm just going to show you what's in here. We've got a chippy bookmark here. Anytime you see a word, to me, that is a prompt. World. What do you want in your world? Do you want a relationship? Do you not want a relationship? What are the things that make up your world? And what are the things that you wish would make up your world? You will forever be my always. I love that little sentiment. I think it's very sweet. We have a bit of ribbon here for you. Of course, the top of this book is arranged with hairy paper clips. You've got fibers to play with. There's lace to play with. There's all kinds of attachments on these hairy paper clips here. We've got coffee dyed paper. Awesome photo of Emma Stone. I processed magazines yesterday. I also processed a stack of gorgeous magazine clippings from Miss D. Thank you, Miss D. We love them. So you're going to have magazine imagery to play with here without getting out a whole bunch of magazines and doing a major harvest. So you've got images here to play with. Anytime I see peanuts, it reminds me of my daddy who got me a wind-up Snoopy doll Snoopy dog, little toy about this big when I was born, and I still have it and it still works, which is remarkable since I am 61 years old. So we've got images from magazines. To me, when I was flipping through this, I was thinking about vacations, how lovely it would be to just like go somewhere. We have coffee filters for you. Of course, coffee filters can be a lot of things. You guys can make flowers out of them. You can layer them. When you look at a coffee filter and you look at, let's just look at this much of it. That is a tree lawn, and that could very well be something that you might want to tear off this coffee filter and use in a mixed media piece. We have the 1948 quilting book that I'm taking a lot of pages from. There are so many things I like about this text. I love the paper. I love the distressed color of it without me distressing it. This is like genuine distress 1948 stuff. The font is absolutely beautiful. we have some food imagery in here for you. Now, I think that food imagery is fun to play with because it encourages you to think about your favorite foods, the foods you had when you were a child, maybe how your eating habits have changed. Food memories often call up family reunions, family dinners, family celebrations, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those kinds of things. So if you see a food image, those are huge prompts, you guys. Use it as a prompt to write or think about. Generally, everything in a book is a prompt. These are, I took some texture paste and made stars for you guys. These are a lot of fun to play with. You can color them with markers, you can spray them with sprays, just a really new fun element. I'm using pages from my B6 that I am almost finished with. I'm harvesting my own journal to make journals for you guys, which is an incredible amount of fun. I'm not big on keeping things at all. And I love to recycle, repurpose, re-energize these papers that I use for my own journals. You know, to me, this kind of paper, this kind of page captures an element of creativity. You know, you're capturing a moment, and it leaves plenty of space for you guys to cut it up or color it or paint it or do anything to it. And each of these books is a template for a traveler's notebook. This is not leather, but it is the kind of fabric that is used in vehicle upholstery. So let's just measure this. This is 5.5, and let's see, it's about 8 by 5.5. So, you know, you can make a nice, sweet little traveler's notebook with that, if that's what you want to do with it. We have little magazine cutouts for you guys to play with. Of course, everything is curated. You have imagery that goes together. You have colors that go together. It's very interesting to look through these books and see the concepts. And I know that I gave one of these to a friend of mine, to Miss Judy, and it's so cool how she uses it. She said that what she did first was just kind of flip through it and almost read it in a creative sense, in a creative way, so she could get ideas about what she wanted to do with a book like this. And of course, she's an excellent card maker, and it enhanced her creativity. It gave her ideas. And I think it's fun to use these books in that way. I did go to Michael's and I got a new paper pad, you guys. They had them 70% off, and I was just really tickled to get some new paper to present to you guys to work with. We have napkins here for you, fabric, stickers, more of the food elements. If you're ever in Publix, they have a publication called Gather. It is luscious. It has the most beautiful photographs, food photographs in it. This is another bit about quilting. I think this is 1961. I'm not quite sure. We have salvage script for you guys, images here, crayons. You know, I can smell crayons, and it just takes me back to you know, coloring with my friends or being in school. You know those fat crayons that you used to get when you colored in school? They were too big and fat for me. We've got a little bit of I think this is Dina Wakely. I can't remember the maker. But this is a little kitty cat. More coffee dad for you to play with. That's from Miss R. Thank you, Miss R. I was going to see if I could see what year this was, but I'm not going to be able to see it. Again, you know, some quilting ephemera. the quilting book has been such a huge inspiration. We have cutouts from Miss Ida's greeting card collection. Sorry. Some stickers here for you to play with. A little, I think this is a Tim Holtz image, and a doily. Too good to be true. A chippy bit for you right there. You know, I'm getting the croaks. I'm still using summer imagery. I'm also using Halloween imagery. I think it's fun to see the seasons go by. Good gracious, you know, this year just flew by. This is, of course, look at that, so cool. Pattern, and it's the whole pattern envelope for you to play with. I was going to see if I could see the Woman's Day, but I don't see it. Origami paper, Inside the Doorbell. This is from a children's book. Love this piece right here. I think it's just so pretty. It's got such a sweet little scalloped edge on it. I've got stars here, encyclopedia pages. These are actual cutouts that I sit in. I have a few patterns, and I will do some cutouts at night, sometimes downstairs. This one has, if you guys watched my pocket tutorial, these are some little pockets that I made that are like side pockets that I thought would be fun to share with you guys. It's fun to make things. I love to share things. I love to share what I made. We've got a little packet of things for you to play with right here. That is the other part of the Simplicity pattern envelope. More bits and bobs here. I thought this was interesting. So you've got food, wine, and places to go. Maybe that would be a great writing prompt for you guys. I interspersed these strips in this book, y'all. It's a, I used some sprays on food packaging. These are not stable. So if you hit these with anything wet, they're going to reactivate. So to me, that's like, oh, well, that's a fun plaything right there. So we'll put those in there. This is from Woman's Day, January 1962. Again, we're using Christmas and Halloween. I'll continue to use Christmas and Halloween because I just think it's fun. And I think this is from 1962 as well. A George Washington commemorative spoon. Sheet music. And then this is the last pocket here. Each of these books come with a pouch of buttons, charms, stuff from the kitchen, rolled paper roses, wooden elements, bling, charms, I think I already said that, and chippy bits for you guys to play with. And probably when I ship these, because they're so fat, I'm going to squash them down a little bit, and I might even take this out, you know, just to ship it to you guys. These journals are $40. They're books, but they're more like a brick. They're like a brick for you to have fun with. They're a fun brick. All right, let's take a look at our next journal. Like I said, you know, this is it. The fabric on the front is very, of course, we have the Eiffel Tower here. We have birds. We have the word love. Hang on a second. Oh, gosh, I'm too thirsty. 5x7 journal. Big fat spine on this baby. 2.5 inches. I again use the wooden and glass beads and some charms right here on the spine of this. So we've got love, life, live on the back. I think it's a super pretty book. The closure is a brad with text on it. I think it's super pretty. I'm sorry, you guys. Got a little card that says love and happiness. These, again, are elements that I have hand cut for these journals. We've got art trading coin blanks in here for you, art trading cards, stickers. There are mini books in here for you to play with. This is like one of my dreams, is to ride a horse. Now, this dream is not out of touch because I have my farmer, of course, his wife has 4 horses, and I can go there and I can ride a horse. But I have not done that yet, but I need to. I think it's real important to do the things that are on your bucket list way before you kick the bucket, way before you get to where you cannot do these things. I love this. I love table of contents because to me, it's always ideas and inspiration. What are you up to? Perfect prompt. Write about it. Stop the moaning. What are you whining about? And how can you stop it? Interview yourself. And, you know, I think that's a very healing sort of thing to do. So do your own interview. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, I know Pakistan may not mean much to you, but meanwhile in your hometown, meanwhile in the kitchen, meanwhile in the office, that salvage script for you. This is the cover of a magazine called a how-to book. I think that was from the 1960s as well. Miss R sent these awesome little bags that she coffee dyed. Again, this is from my B6, and you have, of course, a template, so you guys can make your own traveler's notebook here. Things to play with. We've got tags, we've got cards, we've got all kinds of fun things. This is from Ida. Miss R, you sent us a treasure when you sent us Miss Ida's cards. Good grief. Coffee dyed paper. Look at that turtle. Isn't that beautiful? Got stickers, cut out butterflies, ABCs, the aforementioned distress sprayed pieces of packaging. We've got tissue paper, patterned tissue paper right here. Some robots and butterflies. This is what Christmas is all about. Great time to start thinking about that. And, you know, are we overdoing it? What are you going to pack on your vacation? Where are you going? Is it going to be full of sweaters or full of swimwear? If I were going somewhere, I would want swimwear. She's just delightful. She just looks so happy. We've got more of the texture paste for you to play with here. Love this crap. And like I said, you know, it's curated. So it all goes together. You don't have to do a whole lot of thinking about colors. You have every color in the rainbow here. You don't have to drag anything out. Journals like this are a great warm up in the morning, a cool down in the evening. This honestly is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Blue cheese, strawberries, those little like glazed pecans. Oh, I'll be so happy when I can eat nuts. I haven't been able to eat nuts since my surgery. The surgery, it's not mine. I didn't own it. I'll be happy because my neighbor brought over, she's the best baker, and she brought over banana nut muffins for me as a get well after my dental surgery. And I'm like, the dental surgery, and I couldn't go, oh, I can't have nuts for 6 weeks. So man, I stuck those in the freezer. Oh, I'm so excited. Can't wait for next Monday to get here. You guys know how much I love food packaging, not just as a construction tool, but just food packaging in general. Labels, the font on food packaging. I just love it all. So interesting. This is from the Red Cross Nursing Manual. The Early American Mills from the quilt book, and it has super cool stamping on it. That's just an inspiring photo right there. I believe that really does look like Tuscany, but I'm not sure what it is. That doesn't quite look like a Tuscan tree. Might be somewhere else. More texture for you to play with. In each of the books, you'll find a curated stack of a magazine harvest, okay? So you'll find these and you'll go, well, what is that? Well, that's something for you to collage with. So you've got all kinds of collage elements. That I pre-curated. That I curated. You don't pre-curate. This is an old ad for Nescafe coffee. We've got, like I said, you know, we're doing seasons, which I think is cool because we're thinking about 2020. Oh, cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. We've got Ida. Salvage script in here, beautiful little notes, excellent handwriting, instructional pieces from patterns, sheet music. Let's just all sigh for a minute. Isn't that beautiful? More food. I love good salad. Honestly, salad is my favorite thing. I would be so sad if I never could eat salad or baked potatoes again. And we've got fabric in here, this beautiful image here, and of course, bookmarks and tags throughout, and then a big pack of things for you to play with in the back. So there we have it, my friends. We've got 2 big mamas going in the shop today. They are $40. They will be $8 to ship to you because I use the big padded envelopes from the post office to ship these things away. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Etsy shop. You guys put food on my table, help me pay my light bill, help me pay my electric bill. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have a happy Woden's Day. Bye.